In my last video, we talked about rhyming, and I had mentioned that a lot of the times children have a hard time with rhyming because they tend to focus on the beginning sound. So if you're asking them to find a word that rhymes with cat, a lot of times at the beginning of rhyming, some children will find the beginning letter sound. So they might say car, because they're so focused on the beginning. Where rhyming, we want to look at the ending of words for that rhyme, the R-I-M-E part of it. So for this one, in this video, we're going to talk about alliteration. And alliteration is when there's two words or syllables that have the same beginning sound. So with rhyme, you focus on the end. With alliteration, you're looking on that onset piece, or the beginning sound. So cat, car, dog, door. So they all have the beginning, they have the similar beginning sound. And so with alliteration, you might, like, I know when I hear the word alliteration, I instantly go back to those tongue twisters, like Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers, because they all begin with the same letter sound. And sometimes your tongue gets a little twisted, which is why they're called tongue twisters. So for some older children, you could have a lot of fun with alliteration and looking at those tongue twisters and kind of really pointing them out. For younger children, it's more about recognizing that actual letter sound. So you could have a book. So, for example, here was 10 on the sled again. You could have a book and you could, because again, like the reading connection, you're going to be reading ahead and know the story. So you could say, we're going to look for all the words that start with the S sound for S. Or we're going to look for all of the words in there that start with the T sound for T. And the children recognize them and you stop and you point them out. You can also use, there's a lot of great books. Now this book has been loved in my class, which is why it's all ripped. This is one of their favorite books. And I've had this book for years and it is always a class favorite. It is called Superhero ABC. And it's by Bob McLeod. And it's just a really fun book that looks at, sorry, my computer keeps doing weird things over there, that looks at things that start, words that start with the same letter sound. So I'm going to read part of it to you. My computer's just going a little silly, I'm sorry. I don't know what it's doing. It keeps blocking out, sorry. I'm sorry guys, I'm right in the middle of the video and this is what it's doing. Okay, so Superhero ABC. So I'm going to read a little bit about this book, and then I want you to be thinking about words that start with each letter. So again, I'm not going to hold it how I would hold it if I'm reading it to a class because you can't really see the video. So each page in this alphabet book has the letters, so A, and then it starts with the name of a superhero, and then it describes it with the different letters. So for A, it says, Astro Man is always alert for an alien attack. So you hear all the A's. And what I like about this particular book is you can really see the highlighted, how it made the A words, the A a size bigger in the font. B, Bubble Man blows big bubbles at bullies. And then in this book, it even has like little different things that start with the B. So he's bald. He's a bad boy. So the criminal's a bad boy. And again, it's highlighted so the B stands out more. C, Captain Cloud calmly catches crooks. So it's fun, and it's something that children enjoy. Superheroes are something that most children love, especially boys. So it's a really good way to draw in their attention with something fun. And as you're reading, children may come up with more words that begin with that letter. So they may say, ball starts with B, or banana, and point that out to them. You're right, ball, banana, and really stress that beginning letter sound and pointing it out to children that you're right. This is another one that I really like for doing some physical stuff. I'm a really big fan of yoga in the classroom. And I've gone to several different workshops about how to incorporate it more in the classroom. And this one's the ABCs of yoga for kids. And this is another really great book that has the focus on the alliteration, that beginning sound. But it's a good way of getting them moving. So I don't know if anybody has a letter of the week or focus letter. I know there's a lot of talk about not having a letter of the week because we should be focusing on all of the letters and skills at the same time. I, however, in my kindergarten class, I do what I call a focus letter, because I don't necessarily do one a week. Sometimes it's Thursday and I'm introducing it and we work on it. If it's a harder letter or more complex or challenging letter, we work on it a little bit longer. If it's, if the children are kind of whipping through, I kind of just go at their own pace. But we do a focus letter and I introduce the sign language for that letter. The children brainstorm words that begin with that letter sound. And we just do a lot focused around that. I introduce sight words that tend to focus around that letter. So our focus letter that I introduced this week was O. And we talked a lot about how O is a vowel and O has two sounds. The long sound of O when it says its own name, and the short sound of aw. And when we make that aw sound, our mouth makes the shape of that letter. So I try to do a lot with the sounds, the letters, letter recognition. We do a lot with the O, for the sign language. And so a great way that you can incorporate that is with the yoga book. And so, for example, maybe your focus letter is B. So B, bird. And it says, high on my tiptoes, I am a bird preparing to fly. Flapping my wings repeatedly, I give flying a try. So it focuses on the rhyming that we learned about in the last video and the alliteration with the letter sound. Plus, it gets the children up and moving. And you can teach each of these poses. So you're combining so much in with just one book. Even if you just did the one page, you're combining a lot of things just in that one lesson. So that's another fun way that you can use literacy to teach alliteration.